All right, folks, welcome to our first core restore class of our beta test. So I know my head is cut off. This is new for me. I'm trying out our Zoom format. Next week, we're going to have a live class, but because this is my first go around, I'm just recording this to kind of see how this works. So just bear with me and we'll have a great time. Okay, so for this workout, we're going to need a yoga block, a stability ball, and something to put your feet on. Okay, so that could be a step, a chair, whatever you have available to you. The way the class is going to work is we're going to warm up just with some quick breathing, just to put our bodies in the right place. Then we're going to go straight into our circuits. They're going to be killer, best circuits in the world. So what I want you guys to do is we are going to line our backs, okay? And we're going to start out with an exercise called a 90-90 hip lift, okay? And this is in your postural exercises, all right? Doing your postural exercises? Let's hope you are. So we have our feet up at 90 degrees here. The first thing that I want to do is I want to put my hands on my ribs and just practice breathing real quick, all right? One of the most important things throughout each of these exercises that we do, both posture as well as core, is that we're breathing. We're taking these forced inhales and exhales, not forced inhales, but forced exhales, and syncing the movements with our breathing. So put your hands in your ribs here. Take a deep breath in. Feel your ribs expand into your hands, okay? They get wider. They kind of come up and out like a jellyfish, right? Now I'm gonna exhale and feel them compress in, kind of like a cylinder or something. So just a couple deep breaths. In, I widen out. Out, I condense in. One more time. In, I widen out. Out, I condense in. From here, what I want to do is I want to find some muscles. So I'm going to press my back into the ground. I'm going to push my heels into the block or into the bench so I feel the back of my legs. And I'm going to squeeze the block so I feel my inner thighs. Okay, make sure you feel that. Okay, I feel that, so I'm good. I'm going to get my hips up off the ground slightly, so just a little bit, so you can see like just like that. I should only be able to like slide a credit card under there. So not very much. All right, so I'm in this position. I feel my hamstrings. I'm just going to take a deep breath. I'm going to do 5 deep breaths in and then come down and relax for a second. So let's take a deep breath in together and exhale. Pause for a second. Another deep breath in. Crush the block, exhale. Pause for a second. Deep breath in. Crush the block. Exhale, pause. Deep breath in. Crush the block, exhale. Pause. Last one, deep breath in, crush the block. Exhale. Kind of come down, just relax everything, let everything go. I like to include about a 5-second pause between each thing here, between each set of breathing. That way I can just kind of turn things back on, or let things go so I can turn them back on. So once again, I'm going to squeeze the block between my knees. I'm going to get my hips slightly off the ground. Once again, hamstrings, inner thighs, abs. Deep breath in. Exhale. Pause. 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 All right, you can come down. We're going to come out of that. Okay, so for our next exercise here, we're going to do what is called all fours belly breathing. Okay, so for all fours breathing, as the name indicates, I'm going to be on all fours. All right, I'm going to round my back out as much as I possibly can. Okay, what I'm trying to do here is get air between my shoulder blades. Okay, so when I breathe in and out, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't feel them dropping down. I want to push them apart the entire time as much as I possibly can. So as I breathe in, I'm pushing my shoulder blades apart and pushing up towards the ceiling like there's like a weight or something on my back. I can even like put the block here. I want to push the block up towards the ceiling. So deep breath in, exhale, and just hold the position. Don't let it drop back down. So that shouldn't happen. Deep breath in, push apart, exhale. Pause for a second. Another deep breath in. Push apart, exhale. Pause. Deep breath in. Push apart. Pause. 2 more breaths. Deep breath in, push apart, pause. Deep breath in, push apart, exhale and pause. All right, that concludes our warm-up. And really for our warm-up, we're just trying to get kind of like everything, my thorax and my pelvis in place. So when we do these awesome circuits, everything is nice and lined up. Okay, so now the way this is going to work, we have 3 circuits today. All right, each circuit is going to be for 30 seconds, and we have about a 10-second rest period in between. All right, I'm going to demonstrate the exercise, and I'm actually going to perform it with you. Okay, so you get to see me exercise too. As we go along, I'm going to present a couple of different difficulty options. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate a standard exercise, and then I'm going to show you how to make it harder, and then I'm going to show you how to make it easier. So our first exercise for this particular circuit is a stability ball pike. All right. So with the stability ball pike, what I do is I walk out over the stability ball. Okay. Now I can make this easier by walking it back towards my hands. Okay. So that is going to be substantially easier than when it's out here like this. All right. I want you to pick the exercise that allows you to make, or pick the version that allows you to make it, as hard or easy as you need to. The key is we're not losing our midsection and our shoulder blades stay apart, okay? And if both of those things are hard, all you have to do is just hold up here and breathe. That might be all you can do at the moment, and that's perfectly fine. Pick the variation that works for you. The next exercise that we have is a dead bug stability ball leg extension. So dead bug stability ball leg extension, I'm going to squeeze the ball between my feet, take a deep breath in. I extend the ball out and I come back, okay? So the way we make that easier is we don't extend the ball out as far, or we simply put the ball away, okay? The ball's going to add weight, so it's going to make it harder, all right? If I want to make that easier, I just don't use the ball, or I can take my block, squeeze it between my knees. Take a deep breath in. And then just come back. You only want to extend out as much as you can until you feel your back arch, all right? If it starts to arch about halfway out or less, or you're not able to breathe anymore as you do this, then I want you to just stop, okay? Or stop at that point, okay? So those are our first 2 exercises. Our third exercise is a dead bug stability ball circle. So dead bug stability ball circle, in a dead bug position, I do a circle around my head, all right? So I take a deep breath in. I do a circle around my head. Now, I can have my head down, or I can have my head up. My head up is going to help my back stay a little flatter. If you have neck issues, keep your head down, that's fine. I can make this easier by bending my knees. The key is I sync my breathing. So I take a deep breath in here. I circle around, and I come back, deep breath in. I circle around and come back, make it harder by getting lower. And, again, as we go along, I'm going to make this harder and easier for myself, and, I'll kind of go through that with you. You're going to get tired as you go on, trust me. So now all I want you to do is follow along with me, okay? So I'm going to set my timer here. We have about a 10-second transition period in between each one. So, if you have questions in the future, you can type them in. Or be like, Chris, stop, give me more information. But for now, for this workout, just follow along with me, and we're going to have a great time, peeps. So let's get going here. So here we go. All right, so take a deep breath in. Extend up and come down very slowly, all right? Now I want to just come back down to the midline. So I'm holding at this top crunch position. Spending a little bit more time there because that's going to make me super awesome. It's also going to help me to activate my core a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to come off the ball. No way to do that gracefully. I'm going to get the stability ball, or the ball between my feet here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I take a deep breath in. Squeeze the ball. Hold and fully exhale. Deep breath in, exhale. And again, I feel some popping, so I'm going to go a little higher. I bring my legs higher up. It's going to make it a little easier. It's almost like I'm extending towards the ceiling here. All right, I'm going to go to my last circuit here, or my last exercise here. So I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to get my feet off the ground. I'm actually going to squeeze the block between my knees to kind of help me brace a little bit more. Deep breath in. I'm going to do a big circle around. Deep breath in. Big circle back around. I mean, that started killing me. Bring my knees in a little bit. Throughout this, squeezing the ball to create as much tension as possible. And I'm resting. Now for this next one, we're going to do just a filler breathing exercise just to give us a little bit of rest. So we're just going to come onto an all-fours breathing position. And we're going to spend about 30 seconds here breathing. All right? So let's get our shoulder blades apart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Think about pushing the shoulder blades apart. Inserting this breathing exercise is going to allow us to go a lot longer than we would be otherwise. If we just did this circuit in succession without your rest, your abs would be smoked in about 5 seconds. And the goal is to smoke your abs, but gradually. All right. So now we're going to move back to the stability ball pike here. And again, you see me kind of kicking out, but the best way to do that is to like roll out onto it. I'm just doing that so I can fit here in the video, but let's get going. Deep breath in. It's important to see your instructor while we do this. Pushing my legs into the ground as hard as I can or into the ball. This is a long 30 seconds. Woo. All right. So once again, if it was too easy before, challenge yourself by kind of holding the rep at the end range of this exercise, meaning hold a little bit longer as you breathe out. That's what I mean. Fully get the air out. As you get the air out, squeeze the shit out of the ball. Excuse my language, but this is a dirty job. What I can also do is I can extend out, turn the ball a little bit. Ooh, that really hurt. Okay, so my abs are officially smoked already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in a bit. This time I'm going to keep my knees bent somewhat. We need to pace ourselves. Like if we burn out too early, like literally we don't want to strain something. So keep the knees bent. Deep breath in. And do a bit of a lighter breath. You know, if your abs are as tired as mine are right now. It's just going to allow me to recover somewhat. Basically, the more tension I produce by squeezing the ball and squeezing my knees together, the more I feel my abs. All right, so this concludes our second set of that. We have one more to go. First, we're going to do our breathing drill, okay? So you guys are doing awesome so far. Hopefully you're still with me. Let's round our back. Let's get our rib cage back into place. Very good. All right, guys, so last round here. I want you guys to really challenge yourselves this time. Try to make this as hard as possible, meaning walk out as far as you can. Just do it within the confines of your abilities, meaning keep your back flat. All right, very good. Okay, so now we are going to move to our stirs. All right, so we're going to move to our leg extension. This time I'm going to put a little stank on this. All right, I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting. We're going to do some in-range rotations here. So squeeze this guy, take a deep breath in, extend. Then we're just going to like circle it like that. Deep breath in. Get all the air out and squeeze. Oh my God, that's really hard. Deep breath in. Now just circle like you're driving a truck. Hopefully a truck doesn't feel like this. Deep breath in. Very good. All right, so last exercise here, if your abs are not smoked by now, okay, you can extend your legs out while keeping your back flat against the ground. If they are, we can use this a little bit more as a rest exercise. We're not breathing quite as hard. The more tension we create in terms of squeezing the ball and breathing out, the more we're going to feel this. The more tension we develop in our abs, and the more really development that we get, provided we can keep our stuff in place, such as our back being on the ground. All right, so one more set of the breathing drill here, and we're going to move on. Come here, my friend. All right, so hold this right here. So let's round the back out. Let's take a deep breath in. Shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Hold your position. Deep breath in. Shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Hold your position. Fantastic. All right. And that actually did not take long at all, which is cool because, you know, this class doesn't have to be like an hour. It can be, you know, as short or as long as we need it to be. So we're experimenting this week and that went pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next circuit. And if you're a fan of of sit-ups, which I'm not typically, you're actually going to like this one because I'm going to include a version of sitting up that's really tough. And it's going to give you great results. And your whole world is going to change over this. So what we're going to do, we need our step handy for this because we're going to use it a couple different ways. I'm just going to go over these exercises real quick, and again, some ways to make it harder and easier. All right. So our first exercise here is a straight leg sit up. Okay. So with the straight leg sit up, I'm pressing my back into the ground and kind of engaging my abs. Okay, as I do this, I don't want to arch. And you can see the difference. Like you can see kind of where my ribs start to flare here when I do that. Whereas when I push down, that doesn't happen so much. You can kind of see I contract when I press down. I don't when I don't. So I want to think about reasserting that with each sit-up. And when I do the sit-up, the ball is above my head. Okay, the ball's going to go off the screen when I go up, but you're going to be able to see what my arms do. So I'm going to do a sit-up. Again, I'm pressing my feet into the ground. Toes are up. Deep breath in. Exhale. And I come down. Now, that's a pretty hard move, all right? What I can do if I can't do that is I can take my feet and loop them into a step. That's going to give me a lot more stability, you know, in terms of being able to do that. If you don't have access to a step like I do, what you can also do is you can put your feet in like a wall or meaning I take my feet and I'm like pressing into a wall. That's going to give you the ability to do the straight leg sit up with proper form. You know, and if you still can't do that, you know, you can just raise up, hold, and come back down while keeping your back flat against the ground. That's key. Okay, and again, with all of these things, it's not about the number of reps that we do, it's about the tension that we create. Okay, so squeeze the ball, get really tight, and all your dreams will come true. All right, so the next exercise is stability ball stir. Okay, so stability ball stir, I'm going to come into a plank position. I would recommend doing this one near a wall or something that you can stabilize with. But the way this works is we're going to take the ball here. We're going to start by doing just circles like that. All right, now again, notice that my elbows are moving and my arms are moving, but my body is like not moving. Okay, so as I do that, you know, the bigger the circles that I make, the harder it's going to be. Now, if you can't do that, here are two regressions that you can do. Again, getting near a wall or a step. I could just hold a stability wall plank, okay? Because, you know, if you're wobbly and whatnot, that's where you want to be, okay? If you could do that, and that's pretty easy, come away from the wall a little bit and just like push into the wall, come off. Push into the wall, come off. You know, that would be kind of the next step. The final one would be the stir. And then if you want to make the stir harder, you know, just make the circle bigger, move slower. Okay, you'll get that as we move along. Our last exercise here is a dead bug leg swivel. So with this one, I'm going to come on my back here. My legs are going to be up. I take a deep breath in. I squeeze the ball, holding the ball behind me. I'm just doing like a big circle with my leg. Then I alternate. So that's basically like 2 reps per side. It'd be like clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise. You'll understand as we go along as I'm taking you through this, all right? We also have a breathing drill in this one as well, but we'll get to that during our circuit, okay? So once again, the scheme is 30 seconds, about 10 seconds of rest. And again, let's do this thing together. Let's go, team. All right, we've got 3 rounds of this, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. I'm very excited, all right? 2, 1, and here we go. Deep breath in. Come down very slowly, control it, squeeze the ball. You've got this. Drag your feet into the ground. Let's crank these out. We got 10 seconds. One more. All right. All right, guys, let's move to the stirs here. I know some of you are monsters in core, so this is going to be easy for you. And if it is easy, I'll show you how to make it harder. All right. So let's come into a plank position. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. We got 8 seconds. Very good. All right, let's grab our ball. We've always laughed at that. We only have one ball though. I don't say grab balls. I just say grab ball. All right, we're gonna get our legs up. You can make this harder by pulling the ball behind you some. Deep breath in. Squeeze the ball. Create tension. Make a big circle. Squeeze the ball. Create tension. Make another circle. One more. And back down to the ground we go. All right, now for this breathing drill, we're going to put our heels up on the, what is this thing? It's a step. We're going to press our heels into the ground. We're going to reach hips slightly off the ground. And we're just going to breathe while engaging our hamstrings. Good exercise, put my pelvis back in place. This is just about feeling the right stuff. So here it's basically core and hamstrings, maybe a little inner thigh too. And we're done with that. All right. So I'm going to set back up in my straight leg sit up position here, guys. The second round typically is, the killer. This is where you're going to be maybe sorest. So let's really go for it. Squeeze the ball. Very good. All right. Let's go ahead and move to our stir. Disturb. You can say you're disturbed. It's a stirring joke. All right. Start plank position here. All right, and last exercise for this set. Ball is behind me, squeezing the ball, getting tight. Legs are up. Deep breath in, circle. Deep breath in, circle. Deep breath in, circle. The bigger you make the circle, the harder it's going to be. Good stuff, guys. Let's go back to the pelvic kick lift one more time. Get our heels up. This thing's really flying by. I love it. All right. Pressing our heels into the ground. Hamstrings tight. Hips slightly off the ground. Deep breath in. Feel those hamstrings. Feel those abs. Excellent. All right, last round. Let's make this happen. And this time, again, if you need to squeeze you need to push into the wall or something this time, do it. Just try to get as much tension in your abs as possible by squeezing and getting tight. I also find when I get my feet together, it's harder. Kind of centers it more in the middle of my abs, as opposed to where I get my legs wide and sit up. I get more oblique. All right, let's play around with this exercise this time, guys. Let's freestyle a little bit. This time we're gonna knock out a push forward with a knee tuck, just to change things up a little bit. So we're going off script here. Start to feel it. Okay, we can rest there. Wow. Okay, so this is our last exercise for this circuit. We have the breathing drill, but other than that, it is. So let's grab the ball, guys. Let's finish up strong. Got one circuit to go. You guys are killing it. Squeeze the ball. big kind of J circle looking thing here. And one more. Ooh, I'll be feeling that tomorrow, and so will you. All right, last exercise in this circuit. All right, we're gonna put our heels up, engage our hamstrings, hips slightly off the ground. Can you still feel your hamstrings after all that beating we've taken here? Very good. All right. So that was our second circuit, guys. And you guys are doing awesome. We have one more to go, and it looks like we've done that. This has taken about maybe 20 to 25 minutes. This is my first class, so had no idea how long this would take. So I want your feedback. Feel free to give me the good, the bad, the ugly. Just don't call me ugly. Give me your comments. Feel free to email me or text me and be like, Chris, that was awesome. I'm sore, I'm not sore. I want all that feedback. So let me know. You're going to be getting this via email and via text very soon. And we have our last circuit. So for this circuit, we worked on kind of focused abdominal work. Okay, now we're going to kind of work on other areas of our abdominals. Okay, so for this, we've got 3 moves with a side plank with a stability ball kind of stir. All right, so we're going to come up into a side plank, and we're literally just stirring the ball back and forth. Okay, we can either do this from a bent leg side plank position or a straight leg side plank position. The key is with the side plank, I'm taking my hand, I'm pushing into the ground, I'm pushing my shoulder away from the ground, and I'm getting nice and tall. Okay, very important. Okay, once again, we have 30 seconds there. All right, second exercise, we have a stability wall bridge. Stability wall bridge, again, I'm just extending up, I'm squeezing, I'm holding, okay? Holding at the top, squeeze, come down, hold at the top, squeeze, come down. For our third and final exercise, if I can find my yoga block here, we're going to do a stability ball pull over, all right? So that looks like this. We're going to extend up, we're going to pull out, and we're going to come back together, all right? The goal is to keep our hips up the entire time and not lose control here. The further out I can go while keeping my hips up, the better control that I have. But again, pick what works for you. I mean, literally, you can just do this. You just pull over. That's fine, all right? But pick what works for you. Pick what is accessible, okay? So I will modify as we go along as needed. We have 3 rounds of this stuff, and again, after that we'll be done. So we're going to start with a side plank. All right, so let's get everybody in a position here. All right, once again, 30 seconds of work followed by 15 seconds of rest, and we're off to the races. So I'm going to open my hand up, push away from the ground, raise up, deep breath in, and we go. Doesn't seem like much at first, but after 30 seconds, it will smoke your side. And let's switch sides. All right, here we go. You're not feeling this as much in your side here. What you can do is squeeze a tennis ball or really push harder in the stability ball to help to turn things on a little bit more. All right. So let's come into our bridge position here. We're going to, for this one, put our hands on the ground. Let's be careful. All right. So, especially if you've never done this, we're just going to come up to the top, squeeze and hold. If you want to make this harder, you can put your hands here. You can put the stability or the block on your pelvis, just create a little bit of resistance. It requires you to balance a little bit more, but you know, it might be a good thing. Just coming up and down like this. All good stuff. We're almost there. We're going to come to the top. All right, come down. We rest for a second. You know, and again, you'll also get this in your hamstrings. It's also a hamstring exercise. So just pay attention to that. It's not just glutes here. So if you're like, my hamstrings are activating, it's okay. All right. So let's raise it up. Deep breath in. Extend out, bring it back. Deep breath in. Extend out, bring it back. I mean, I'm definitely feeling my hamstrings here. I'm challenge myself, see if I can go all the way out. But again, I'm just trying to stay up the entire time. And this is killing me. We got 3 seconds. Rest. Yeah, cool. So here, we're going to go right back to the side plank. For the side plank, if you want to make the side plank harder, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we're going to come into a side plank. This time we're going to lift the leg up. We're going to circle. If this doesn't apply to you, just maintain a side plank. We're almost there. About 10 seconds. And we switch sides. All right, now and here's I'm thinking about pushing into the ball. Like you see the ball is compressing. That's what I want. I want to create that tension. I'm going to move this way so you can see me a little bit better. Kind of take a breath. And then do a full circle clockwise and counterclockwise. It really helps me to feel my abs as I push into the ball, squeeze into the grounds. All right, now we're going back to our hip thrust here of sorts. Let's get our block here. Let's put it on our hips. Kind of create some downward tension here and extend. Hold and come down. All right, let's start. When I do find that for me, like when I push down here, I put more emphasis on my glutes. So that might be something to think about there. You know, we want to develop both things, but let's get going and we'll talk about it. Just sitting out, coming back. Good stuff. All right. So we got one more round to go. We're just going to go into everything. I'm going to back up a little bit more on this round so you can fully see what I'm doing. I want to make sure that you kind of have proper form and you understand how awesome this is. All right. So come up into side plank with the leg. Do this thing. Switch sides. We're rocking it. All right, so again, hands pushing away from the ground. I'm not losing my shoulder here. Straighten my legs out. Raise it up, leg up. And again, I'm doing the hardest level right now. You want to roll with the progression that we discussed that works for you. All right, last two exercises, guys. You killed this. Great job. Let's finish strong. Let's give our glutes and hamstrings some love here without losing the ball. All right, push down, emphasize my glutes, and make it work. Starting to get at me now, especially my right for some reason. All right. So last exercise, guys, here. Let's kill this thing. I want you to challenge yourself, but again, be able to keep your hips up. If at any point you feel yourself starting to feel your back, just come down. You're done. Relax. All right. Here we go. One more for good measure. Congratulations, you made it through your first core restore workout. Okay, so once again, high five. I want you guys to give me your feedback. What was good? What was not good? What would you like to see? What would you not like to see? This is a beta test, so I need your feedback. All right, so post that, text me, call me, let me know. See me in workouts, but give me your feedback. Good job. This is week 1. Look for this in the near future.